And hello my friends, welcome in this new advanced tutorial for Doom modding. As you already read in the title, I guess, I'll be going to show you how to make something a bit, I don't know, a bit tricky, I guess, because, hear me out, I kinda always wanted, since I started my Doom modding stuff, always wanted to be able to slow down monsters like I'm able to slow down the player. So with the PowerSpeed, you know, the power up that slows or speed up the player at will. Basically, you give the power up to the player and he will be faster or slower depending on the speed value on the power up. But unfortunately, monsters don't really work like the players. No, they basically move around with a totally different code. Let's say that. It's a bit more complicated than that, but whatever. I don't really know how to explain it in English, so I won't. Let's just say that the power up doesn't work on monsters. So, how do you slow down monsters? Well, with this script you can actually tweak this directly the speed of the monsters or whatever actor you want to actually. So, but it can become an issue if you want to, let's say, dynamically tweak the speed of the monsters. For example, if you want to create a weapon that shoots projectiles that could reduce the speed of a monster, well, it's not really that easy to make. Until now, because I found a tricky way that can make the life a lot easier for a lot of people out there that was wondering how to slow down monsters with projectiles or something like that. So me and a couple of other two people out there, I guess. So whatever, let's start this little tutorial real quick. I've already created a little PK3 thing up here. I will call it a slower gun. That's because I just want to make a gun that slows demons, but you can make whatever you want. So let's just create our new entry that will be our Z script. So, yeah, I can write apparently Z script. Alright. Yeah, it's not a decorate tutorial. Let's start with our weapon first. So I don't want to make anything fancy, so I will just, for example, copy and paste the pistol code. So let's just create our slower that will inherit from the pistol, and we'll replace. It is replaces or replace? Replaces, okay. Pistol. So we don't have to do anything weird. Default, I don't need anything about that, I just need a normal pistol, I guess. So let's just jump straight into the state, because I need the fire state. Come back, because I like you here, thank you. And what's the sprite for the pistol? I'll be right back.
A few inches later.
Okay, here we are. I just copied and pasted this the fire sequence for the pistol from the ZDoom wiki, and I need to tweak this just slightly. I just need to get rid of fire pistol and replace it with fire bullets. So let's see, spread. I don't give a shit. Don't give a shit. Don't even give a shit about consuming ammo, actually. But if you want to make an actual weapon, you know, do the things in the proper way. In damage, let's just add one of them. Swing path type, I want this thing, because this will be our first trick. I'm pretty sure that you can use some sort of magic stuff, since we are using Z-script actually. And I'm using a hit scan weapon, so instead of using the path of the hit scan, we could directly do something with the tracer, with the hit tracer, line scan, whatever. I'm still not that advanced, so I will just use old tricks. Yeah, like, so I will just, how can I slow down? Yeah, don't need anything else actually. So, what does that mean? It means that our pistol, when I press the fire button, so my left mouse button, it will shoot just a simple bullet, a hit scan bullet, without using ammunition, without spread of any sort, and it will spawn a new puff instead of the normal bullet puff. Puff bullet is it puff or puff? I don't know. The normal bullet puff for the pistol or any hit scan weapon actually, it will spawn this thing. So I don't need to do anything else with this weapon, so let's just do the poof. So we have our slowdown. Can I please? Thank you, slow down, alright. That will directly inherit from the bullet puff, because I don't really need anything to do with this thing. But again, if you need to add some sort of magic puff or projectile thing, do whatever you wish. Because the real protagonist of this thing is the hit tracer flag, and the allow poof on actors. Yeah, it was just the poof on actor, just easy as that. Anyhow, I forgot the default thing. Default. God damn it, this script. Alright, close it. Now the states. To make sure that my hit scan attack will spawn my poof when hitting an actor, I would need the spawn state. And of course the poof on actors. Otherwise I don't think it will work. Because if the poof doesn't spawn, does anything. Nothing of what I'm writing right now will do anything. So, poof, I believe, don't actually give a crap. So I can just, how was the code for this thing? B4? No. Anyhow, I just need to give inventory, and I will give the power slower. Yeah, int count 1, power pointer to give, and this is important since we are using the hit tracer flag. We need to give this thing to the tracer. Here we go. You can use the hit target thing or the hit master thing and give it to the master of the target, but I suggest you to use the tracer, because you know when you're using, especially for projectiles, the target for projectiles is the actor that spawned the projectiles. So I believe it works the same way with the poof, so don't want to mess up with the pointers too much. Maybe I'm wrong, I don't care, we'll use the tracer anyway since it's completely unused in this situation. I don't need anything else, so we'll stop here, and here we go. So, what this does, I will shoot with my pistol, with my slower. When I hit an actor, it will spawn the slowdown poof, and the slowdown poof will set the actor that has been hit as the poof tracer, and it will give to the tracer this power slower. Simple as that. Now we need to define the power, which is actually the real protagonist of all this thing, not the whatever. Class power slower that will directly inherit from PowerSpeed. You could actually directly use a simple inventory item, but I want to use directly the PowerSpeed for simple reason. Actually, two simple reasons. The first one is this, what the fuck? the default, and it's the power up duration. Power up as duration, so that I can directly set up how much time this power up will stay in my actor, how much time this thing will be active. And second, I can define the speed, in this case the speed multiplier, so I will just use the, for example, 0.3. And more importantly, why the speed? Because now I can do some magic stuff with overriding some virtual function. In this case I just need two of them, which is override init effect, override void init effect, of course, init effect, and this virtual function gets called when the power up start its effect on whatever take the power up. So basically the power up gets inside the inventory of the actor, and it will start directly its effect if it has one. So to let the even monsters be affected by the speed, the new speed factor, let's just add it directly to their speed calculation. So first check if the owner exists. Always check, you know what? And owner is not a player, because the player is already affected by the power speed, so let's just not... I don't think this will happen, but you know, maybe this could be a thing if you have, for example, a monster with a reflective flag or something similar. I mean the flag that allow monsters to reflect projectiles back at the player. If something happens like that when you're using a projectile, it's not it can attack, of course, and the projectile gets back to the player, maybe this can cause problems if you don't check if the thing is not a player. Anyhow, time to directly owner get the monster speed, and you do that by getting the speed from the owner pointer, and I will just multiply the speed of the monsters, in this case, or whatever actor you're hitting, with the get speed factor, come on, and that's it. I'm using the get speed factor because this is a function that's that it's called directly from the power speed, and it will return the speed property of the power up. So it's like I'm multiplying the speed of the owner, so of the monsters, or whatever. I'm multiplying that with the speed factor that I'm giving to the power up. Simple and easy as that. I don't really need anything else, actually. What I need now is to turn back to normal the monster when the power up, turns off, because otherwise it will be slowed forever. Override. So, stop it. Override. Void and effect. That's it. And again, you don't really need anything else, just copy and paste, but this time, instead of multiplying it, you need to, of course, divide it. So it will just turn back to normal. And that's it, you don't really need anything else, unless I wrote something wrong. So let's save it. Here we go. And we'll see you in game. Okay, I'm a bit down, but I always forget some basic stuff about Doom, weapons, etc. So you can, of course, replace a pistol, but you need to remember that when the game starts, it will actually give the player forcibly a pistol. It's the starting weapon, and so you cannot really replace it from the start, unless you tweak the the player class, removing the pistol as a starting weapon. So I'm just replacing the shotgun this time, and I need to add a slot number, because otherwise I cannot select my weapon. Yeah, stupid brain, always forget about basic stuff. Anyhow, now replacing the shotgun, weapon to slot number 2, it's time to go in game. So welcome back folks, we are running Doom 2, standard Doom 2, with my slower gun mode on. So we are going into a new game. I don't know, I pressed ultra violence because whatever. Anyhow, we're giving ourselves how is it called? A slower. So if you press 2, we have the slower now, which is again exactly like a pistol. But we'll be going to test this thing not on the stupid zombie man that you cannot really appreciate the effect of the slower, but instead on a demon, for example. So summon demon. Okay, let's go. You won't emit any sounds, of course. But look at that. Look at... stop it. Look at the demon slowing down. Look at that. And then I will go back to normal. What? Remember the effect that just lasts 3 seconds? Because I set it the thing to last 3 seconds with because the power up needs ticks or seconds if you add a minus in front of it. And look at him going slow. And now going back to normal. The thing perfectly works. Look at that. Nice. Now let's see if I want to add more of these power-ups to a zombie man, for example. So, in case you want to have multiple kind of power slower in your arsenal, you can just create as many as you want. Because the nice thing about the get speed factor and the speed power-ups or whatever, that is that they stack. So, what you can do is this thing. For example, I want this pistol thing to shoot another type of slower. This time I will use then the alt fire state. I will just copy and paste the thing because I don't give a crap. And I will slow down air. The slow down air. Feels like a bad word, but whatever. Slow down, that will... well, I don't give a regular shade, so let's just create another class here. Easy peasy, slow downer, that will inherit directly from the slowdown. And this time I don't need any of this, because I'm inheriting from this thing. And it's time to give another power slower. Power slower air. Super slower. Again to the tracer. And this time let's just add our new class of power slower. We'll call this a power slower that will directly inherit from this thing. And all you need to do actually is to just default and tweak just the specification that you want to tweak. So for example, I want to tweak the power up duration. Power up, nice duration. I just do this for example. I just want to slow down, for example, the monster for 1 second only. I just use this thing, and I want to completely make the monster still. I will add, for example, a factor of 0.001. So basically I'm dividing the speed of the monster by 1000. Pretty a lot. Yeah, I can say it's pretty a lot. So, because, you cannot really set the speed to 0 with this thing. You can do that with the power speed for the player, but you cannot do that for the monsters. Because otherwise you cannot go back, with it, at least with this method. Maybe with another method you can do that, but with this one you cannot. Because if you multiply by 0, you cannot divide by 0 later to get back to the same speed as before. Simple math. Anyhow, And you just need to do this and nothing else. You can just create as many power slower as you wish. Just inner thing from this thing, you tweak the duration, the speed factor, and you done it. Because you already have the virtual functions here, and you don't need to touch them ever again. So let's see if this works. Should work. Back on game, let's go. Give me a slower, give a slower. Here we go, let's change weapon. Let's summon something fast, like an archvile. Let me make invincible for God's sake. Summon archvile. Here we go. Okay, first I will hit him with my primary shot. Ouch. And he's going pretty slow. What if I hit him with my secondary shot? Secondary fire. Oh, come on. Come on, can I... can you please stop? Maybe an archvile is not the real thing. Fuck you. The archvile is not really the thing that... summon demon. Fuck me. And here we go. Completely stopped for 1 second. What if I try to hit him with both secondary fire, both my fire... I'm stuck. Can I... okay. It will start moving slower just when the power-up stops, so it won't break anything. If I hit him with this first and then with this thing, it won't do anything weird. Be careful though, because this thing stuck. I mean, if you're having, for example, a power, two different powers lower, one with a 0.5 speed factor and another one with a 0.5, let's say it's the same speed factor, and if you give both of them to the monster, it will be slowed down by 0.25%, 0.25. So basically it's going 25% speed instead of 50%. Keep in mind that. But it won't stuck if you give the same power up. As you can see, it's not going slower and slower, even if I'm giving him the same power up over and over, because it doesn't work like that. And now you can just go around and I killed them all. Whatever. Let's see how a cyber demon get... just want to summon cyber demon, because everything can get slowed by this thing. Now he can shoot at me while I can. Please stop. Can I look at them? Perfectly. Stupid cyber demon. I have a slower. Ouch. Anyhow, this was the tutorial. I hope some of you could find this helpful, and we'll see you in the next one. Maybe. Bye bye.